when a gang leader confronted Tyson.
This gonna be a fight. Tyson, and you know it. You hit me, I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna kill you.
Welcome back to the Big Fight Recap here on BLTV Classic.
He pulled his glasses off. Did you see his eye? His eye was just hanging out his head.
On today's video, we revisit the infamous two-fight saga between Mike Tyson and Mitch Blood Green. A genuine beef that 10 rounds of boxing couldn't squash, as the two would face off.
Damn, he just with him.
Blood Green. A genuine beef that 10 rounds of boxing couldn't squash.
He's just going, I would never challenge Mike Tyson to a fight. I feel like that's genuinely just a death sentence. Not now. I mean, like, even now, yeah, probably. But, like, prime Mike Tyson, when that mother going to prison and he would literally kill you in the ring with boxing gloves. Like, if I fought prime Mike Tyson, I genuinely believe everybody here would die.
Face off one more time on the street, this time in a much shorter
street fight against Mike Tyson.
Affair with a decisive victory. Let's get right to it.
Closing with a flurry. The bell is going to sound.
After Tyson's 10-round decision to James Quick Tillis in 1986, the invincibility aura from Kid Dynamite took a slight knock as the two heavyweights battled out a much closer fight than the boxing fans and bookmakers expected.
How disappointed are you that the knockout string is over?
Not at all. If anything, I got, I feel relieved.
He just never sounds how you think he's gonna sound. You know, he's just that's the first thing I notice about Mike Tyson every time. The second he opens his mouth, you're like, damn, dude, that is the exact opposite of what I thought. You think he's gonna be like, yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, I really gave it my all, but I'm not really worried about anybody beating me. And he just pops out, well, yeah, I mean,
and I'm confident if I wanted to, I could have knocked them out.
It was Tyson's first time going the distance, as he had finished his previous 19 opponents all inside the opening 2 or 3 rounds. That gave some of the other heavyweight contenders an incentive to catch this teenage dynamo early, halt the hype train.
He was a fucking teenager? No way he was 19, 18 fighting that shit. What the fuck? What the fuck? No way. 18! Oh my god, bro. He was winning heavy fucking weight title fights at 18 years old. Nah, that shit's crazy, bro. Him looking like that at 18, 19,
and earn
that's
the
terrifying.
highest possible payday outside of a championship.
That's terrifying.
Fight.
Tyson say, gonna give me a fight? I want Mike Tyson. Point blank. Michelle Tyson. He's a I'm gonna knock him out.
Mitch Blood Green was one of the first fighters to utilize the new age of digital camcorders to get his message out there to boxing fans.
Now I'm gonna show you something. Feast your eyes on a real heavyweight.
There was no social media in those days, but local news stations and televised sports networks such as HBO would air the clips during a broadcast to gauge the fans' reaction.
I ain't no joke.
That really doesn't look powerful. Is that the joke?
It's probably due to audio compression over time, but I can honestly say I have difficulty understanding what Mitch Green is saying. Two clear things were the muscle flexing and homophobic slurs, and bizarrely enough, as far as my research suggests, this was enough to land him a shot at the hottest prospect in world boxing. Growing up on the tough streets of Detroit, Mitch Green was a prominent player in 1970s New York gang warfare. By the age of 17, he had witnessed his father lose his life in a bizarre Western-style quick-draw shootout, not long before being shot twice himself.
Western shot? When he was 17, he witnessed his dad die in a Western shootout?
By the age of 17, he had witnessed his father lose his life in a bizarre Western-style quick-draw shootout, not long before being shot twice himself, fortunately escaping with non-fatal injuries. Green tried to escape gang life by joining the UBA boxing gym in New York, but by this time his ties to the street were too pronounced, as he was now hailed the king of New York street gangs by the NYPD for his role as gang leader in the deadly Bloods crew. Things slowly started to change for Mitch as his reputation as a
Nah, even if I was Mike Tyson, though, I'd be shitting bricks. Yo, like, not against fighting the guy, but, like, if you have the Bloods gang leader challenge you at 18 years old to a boxing match. I'm fucking terrified in that situation.
Gang leader was exceeded by that of a talented...
And if you win, they just kill you. Like, it's a lose-lose. You either lose the fight, you win, they're gonna kill you. Like, I'd be like, no, man, I'm not fighting you. I'm a bitch. I'm scared. Like, I'd flat out be like, yeah, I'm gonna just not take that.
A big man that was racking up copious tournament success, including several New York Golden Gloves.
From the Bronx, New York, undefeated in 5 professional bouts with 1 draw.
Green took to the professional ring in 1980 and quickly started racking up wins over journeyman and fringe contenders such as Jumbo Cummings.
God, how they fought, though, back then was just so much worse. It was just like power swings.
Champion
like
in waiting,
no
Trevor
defense.
Berbick became the first man to beat Green in 1985, where Mitch made a good account of himself, only losing by majority decision. Both Tyson and Green were on the fringe of a world title shot, so regardless of the antics, the two were on a likely collision course. The trash talk from Green just helped build more interest in the fight, which in turn certainly struck a chord with Tyson, who openly admitted to hating that ugly mother effer.
And Mike Tyson, traditionally, no robe, no socks. He
God.
says it makes him feel like a warrior.
Yo, chat, how long you think you last in the ring with prime Mike Tyson? You're allowed to run around. How long till he knocks you out? A minute. I think in the ring, not even a street fight, 1 minute, and I think I'm on the ground. Dead. 1 second, 10 seconds. Bro, like, I think at best, a minute and a half. I think I'd be able to, like, block, like, 2 punches, and then I'd just run around the ring. But then he's going to catch me with, like, a right hook, and I'm dead. Like, I think if he hits me in the face 1 time, I'd pass out.
Makes him feel like a gladiator.
Tyson met Green for the first time in May 1986 at Madison Square Garden. It was Tyson's match at a prestigious boxing venue and also the first to be covered by a large television network. Yet, the occasion didn't change the traditional no robe, no socks attire.
How was he already sweating? Or is he covered in water? Because he's, like, drenched. Like, he just stepped into the ring and he's sopping wet.
His boxing venue and also the first to be covered by a large...
Why do they cover them in water? I don't understand that. Like, I know they do that today, but nowhere near the amount of water. Like, he's sopping wet. Like,
The
it looks
occasion
like he
didn't
just
change
jumped into a pool.
the traditional no robe, no
Like, he's dripping.
socks attire.
It cools them off.
He was all business and
I know it's for, like, punch slippage, too. I know that's why they'll, like, cover boxers' faces in, like, Vaseline and shit.
had a personal vendetta to settle with the now not
So
so
you don't
confident
get cut.
looking Mitch Blood Green.
And was so much a factor in the last fight that we showed you here on HBO that he didn't double up. He just was a little bit lazy, especially in the later rounds. So we'll see what he does about that.
Like, see, that was, okay, I know I can't sit here and talk about how bad boxing moves are, right? Because I'm not a boxer. But, like, didn't that just look bad?
He just was a little bit lazy, especially in the later rounds. So we'll see what he does about.
Like, he just went. Like, that looks like a weak punch.
About that against Mitch Green.
Always aggressive, right in front of his man. Now we see some head movement. Quicker shot. There's the left hook I was talking about.
He did draw a warning from Luis Rivera, the referee, about holding. Green's in trouble. Good left hand by Tyson.
Everyone has a plan until they get their mouthguard punched out of the ring in the first round. While Green had all the physical advantages, Tyson's supreme boxing skills and speed negated the gap.
Yo, he's so much bigger than Mike, but when you got Mike Tyson just walking like a tank, that man's as wide as he is tall, and he's just going like this towards you. You can swing, and then it's just bonk right into the fucking jaw, and you're dead. Like, I would be that would be the most scared I've ever been in my life. If I was standing there, I don't care how much taller, how much bigger you are than him.
Tyson's supreme
He's just going like this, back and forth. And then he just fucking decks you.
boxing skills and speed negated the gap in size and weight, backing up Green from the...
He's literally a mini P.E.K.K.A. Yeah, somebody said that's a mini P.E.K.K.A. Like, dead ass. Clash of Clans mini P.E.K.K.A.'s Mike Tyson. I wouldn't be surprised if when he punches, he goes, Maya, Maya, Maya.
The opening bell, slipping and countering, forcing the much bigger man into survival mode from the word go.
Big right hand against Tillis. And what a shot. That is an...
God damn, dude. Did he knock it out again?
What a shot. That is an awesome...
I think that's just a different angle.
Tyson punched out Green's mouthguard again in the third, where after
again.
he started mocking his opponent for having a wide, gulping mouth, stalking him across the ring, landing fierce, single power punches.
The fist when he throws his punches.
Another big left hook.
Hey, Tyson, there, good uppercut. He has to take a stand eventually. Another couple body shots. Well, he's smiling.
You think you could take one punch from him without passing out? For $1 million, you have to bet $1,000. In return, if you don't pass out, you get $1 million. Would you make that bet? That you just stand there and you let him punch you one time? If I could pick where? Okay, if you're allowed to take a non-face punch, but you can't kneel if you don't, I think you fall. If he punches you in the kidney, I think you would immediately fall. You wouldn't pass out, but it would be the worst pain you've ever experienced.
Tyson is smiling, but see,
you would be pissing blood.
Green has those fast hands.
The fight became so routine by the closing stages, the crowd knew they were witnessing a foregone conclusion.
Yo, what is with these motherfuckers putting their hands in the ring? Like, I feel like that shouldn't be allowed. Like, this man's like 2 feet into the ring.
Foregone conclusion. Tyson himself appeared to have his mind elsewhere as he bizarrely kissed his trainer, Kevin Rooney, while he was trying to deliver him intricate strategies and details regarding the fight.
Well, Kevin Rooney is in there and just jabbering away 100 miles a minute. Mike Tyson leaned over and just kissed him.
What the fuck?
Tyson closed the show, trying to score the knockout, but Green's disinclination to engage allowed him to grab and clinch his way to safety, resulting in him
He looks like in brutal shape.
losing 9 out of 10 of the rounds on every different scorecard.
But we knew deep inside that I was going to win this fight so easy because of his style. He's a dang tough opponent, and he took some fairly decent shots. But as you know, I won comfortably, and I didn't try for the knockout, and I used a great deal of discipline in there, not knocking him out.
Tyson claimed he carried Green the 10-round distance on purpose to punish him for as long as possible, and whether it was true or not, Green's personal pride was hurt, and he was willing to do whatever it took to restore a sliver of respect amongst his peers. Green retired from boxing after the Tyson loss and returned to the street to earn a living from selling drugs. He always planned to one day get
retired immediately after
Tyson back in the ring, but as his years of inactivity ensued,
if I'm Mike Tyson, I'm so worried the fucking Bloods are killing me. Like, flat out. I win that fight, you just beat the piss out of the fucking leader. Oh. Like, that's, I would genuinely not, I wouldn't be able to go out in public without being, like, genuinely terrified.
Tyson progressed to one of the most dominant heavyweight champions of all time, undefeated.
Because that's like disrespecting him almost.
Such as Mitch Green were over. It wasn't until a couple of years after their fight that the two would meet again, this time in Green's element, the street. In the early hours of August 23, 1988, Mitch Green got wind that Tyson was shopping at a local clothing store close by to where he ran things on the street. Tyson had traveled a fair distance to pick up a luxury leather jacket handmade by one of his friends over at Dapper Dan's. As Tyson was chilling in the store with his entourage, Mitch Green burst through the door on his own, high on angel dust, demanding Tyson either give him a rematch or...
Oh, okay, he might lose that. Yo, you're beaming off coke? He probably wouldn't feel anything. Just fucking sitting there, like, tweaking. He might just eat punches.
Or empty his pockets right there on the spot. Tyson, of course, no stranger to altercations on the street, dragged Mitch Green outside and pummeled him to the ground multiple times.
Never mind.
Spectators
never mind.
Said that the fight was short, violent, and very one-sided. In fact, it was no longer than 15 to 20 seconds, but that's more than long enough for the heavyweight champion to inflict severe damage. There is no footage of the fight, regardless of the clickbait you see on YouTube, but there were many accounts of what happened that all aligned. All except Green's account, where he claimed Tyson sucker punched him and ran.
Jesus! What happened to his nose?
Pummeled him to the ground, very one-sided. In fact, it was no longer than 15 to 20 seconds, but that's more than long enough for the heavyweight champion
Holy fuck, dude.
To inflict severe damage. There is no footage of the fight, regardless of the clickbait you see on YouTube, but there were many accounts of what happened that all aligned. All except Green's account, where he claimed Tyson sucker punched him and ran.
Who threw the first punch here? He did. He sucker punched me because he's with his friends, you know, and when he hit me, like I said, I couldn't get a chance to get to him like I wanted because everybody was like pulling me, you know, holding me, like so he could get away from me, so he could get away, and he ran from me.
Green was certain the Tyson scuffle, which became mainstream news around the world, would add enough public intrigue to get his rival back in the ring. But Mitch had already burnt his bridges among the promoters in the sport, with his violent threats to Don King in the past already shadow banning him from ever earning any serious money in the ring again. After Green's failed attempts to get the rematch with Tyson, he filed a civil lawsuit for $20 million due to the injuries
$20 million
he suffered during their fight. The former gang leader came away with one small W to coincide with a long list of L's, winning the case and being awarded $45,000, close to what his purse was during their professional fight.
Bro asks for 20 mil, gets 45K. That's not a dub. That's half won. That's not a half win. If you sue for 20 million and you get 45 grand, that's like, what percentage of 20 million is 45K? Fucking nothing.
In 1986.
Yeah, I remember seeing Mitch Green's eye after that. And it was like,
he broke his socket. Broke the eye socket. Yeah.
He broke his eye socket.
Yeah. Eye socket. You gotta hit really hard to do something.
I did not know you could break somebody's eye socket.
Like that, right?
Green returned to the ring 7 years later, but at that point he was a shell of his former self and was beaten by journeymen with losing records until he hung him up for good in 2005. As of 2022, Green is still a large-as-life character, but now employs his energy into his love of Christianity. He still has a gripe with Tyson, but I think it's fair to say the two have now moved on, and whenever the topic is brought up today, they both make light of their infamous 30-year feud.
That didn't work. The boy scared to death. After we had the street fight, the boy scared to death.
Oh, wait a minute. Didn't y'all have a street fight, Mitch?
For the ring, for the street. Thinking the man would do something about it. He wouldn't do nothing. Oh, man, he freaked me out.
Did you know that actually Tyson and Sal are good friends and he comes to the show?
Why are people clapping? What was clapping where they were just having a conversation?
Yeah, it's like Tyson. You see that?
All right. Next video chat.